Hello everyone, myself Vinod Arun Sonavani. I am currently working in Bhosla Military College, Ram Bhubi, Nasik as an assistant professor. Bhosla Military College runs this activity in order to create awareness among the public and to motivate today's youth. As all of us know that Taliban is exercising its power over Afghanistan, India is not an exception to it because it can hit our interests and the national security at large. So, the topic that I am going to discuss mainly focuses on the Taliban's endeavor to establish supremacy over Afghanistan and lays more emphasis on India's national security interests. Those are to be threatened. So, by considering the mobility of the Taliban forces to attack on the Afghan army, it seems difficult for the Afghanistan to get rid of such hostile activities or such hostile attacks. Now, India is not an exception to this. It will hit our interests at large. The current situation in Afghanistan shows that Talibans are becoming more powerful than they were before, as a result of which the Afghan army is escaping the Afghan territory in nearby countries to take shelter along with their families. They have surrendered their weapons. Due to such activities, the Afghan government monopoly will be endangered. There are around 398 districts in Afghanistan, out of which 193 districts are captured or are under control of the Taliban forces. 170 districts are in the hands of Afghan government, but those are also vulnerable to such attacks. Now, it means that the situation in Afghanistan is quite critical. Okay, the present situation is so critical that India's interests are at border front. Afghanistan is very critical. Okay, the situation in Afghanistan is very critical. So in this way, Taliban's are playing a dominant factor in the Afghanistan territory. US President Joe Biden recently in his speech had talked about the withdrawal of the US forces. Donald Trump, the former president of USA, also said in his speech that we had peaceful talks and treaties with the Taliban president in Doha of Qatar. So this shows that USA is not interested in Afghanistan no more. It will give a way for the Taliban leaders to uh, counter the Afghan forces or the Afghan government, which is not good for the Indian subcontinent. So let's look at the challenges. Let's have a look on the challenges. Those challenges. The first challenge is that Afghan is looked upon as the heart of the Asian continent due to its geostrategic location, which is very important. It acts as a gateway for the other Central Asian as well as Middle Eastern countries. India keeps interest in this region, in Afghan region, due to such reasons only. If Taliban acquires this part, then India will not be able to have its control on these routes. So this is the first challenge that India will have to face. Second is, if Taliban acquires the whole part of Afghanistan, then what will happen? The Pakistan and Taliban will have a friendship treaty again, and it is going to be difficult for India to counter them if they both become friends. There is an evidence that why these two will become friends, because in 1999 India's aeroplane IC-814 was hijacked by the Pakistani militants and landed in the Kandahar region, of Afghanistan with the help of Taliban. So here it is clear that Taliban keeps or has friendship relations with the Pakistani forces. So this is the first big threat. Terrorism is another big threat because the activities will get mobilized in Jammu and Kashmir region due to the friendship treaty of Taliban and Pakistan. So India will have to counter Taliban to or will have to stop Taliban from entering into Afghanistan territory or to acquire the Afghanistan government. India for more than 20 years have been providing weapons technology to Afghanistan armed forces. They have carried out many training programs in Afghanistan. India was doing such things mainly to develop friendship with Afghanistan. India had a venture with the Afghanistan companies also. India has completed 186 projects in Afghanistan and has launched 250 new projects. Those are ongoing projects. For those projects, India has invested more than 3 Arab dollars. 3 Arab dollars is not a joke. So these projects would also be endangered if Taliban acquires the territory of Afghanistan or if it dominates Afghanistan government fully. Because why we have invested these 3 Arab dollars in order to uh, conduct friendship relationships with Afghanistan. Projects include such as building hospitals for soldiers, building schools, then playgrounds, then constructing roads and railway bridges. Then we have gas pipeline projects, okay, then electricity projects. So there are many such projects. So due to these things, these projects will come into danger due to the Taliban's attack. So this was the second threat which I see, which is very important for India to consider. The third challenge is that among these projects, some projects are launched in order to achieve some strategic goals. For example, the Chabhar project, the 218-kilometer long route will directly connect Afghanistan to Chabhar port. If this port is attacked by Taliban forces, then it will become difficult for India to rescue it. Because this route is not only important from strategic point of view, but also from uh, trade and commerce point of view. And so, to secure this port and the route that is 218-kilometer long is very important. So this is one of the most important challenge to India's national security as well as its interests. The fourth challenge I would explain here is about the hydroelectricity power plant project. India has constructed a dam on the river which is in Afghanistan to generate hydroelectricity power. Now, if this region, if this place is acquired or is attacked by the Taliban forces, then they can use this hydropower project against India also. So this is the next challenge that India will face. Fifth challenge is that India dreams to connect other Central Asian as well as Middle Eastern countries in order to increase its trade and commerce relations. These Central Asian countries include Uzbekistan, Kyrgyzstan, Turkmenistan, etc. etc. If Taliban acquires this region, then we won't be able to establish our relations with these Middle Eastern countries. So in this whole documentary, it is clear that if Taliban attacks Afghan government, then it will definitely increase the heartbeats of the India's government also. One thing is clear in this documentary that there are no permanent friends and permanent enemies. Permanent are only the interests. And if we want to protect those interests, if India want to protect these interests, then India will have to find out a middle way. India can use its soft power to bring Taliban leaders and Afghan leaders on negotiation tables. So, in this way, we have explained about the dominance of Taliban over Afghanistan and how it will affect India's national security as well as its interests at large. Thank you.